Okay, so let's say we're looking at the B.
Dr. Henry,
Yes,
are we back in class?
yes, we are back in class.
All right, I officially don't have COVID. Do I go back there?
So if you officially don't have COVID, yes, you want to be here. Because we're
All
going
right, I'll be there. Hold on.
Better bust ass, man. Come on.
okay. So if we have molybdenum, how many protons do we have? 42. How many neutrons do we have?
What was the question?
42.
How many neutrons do we have?
95 minus 42.
So would it be 95 or would it be 96?
Oh, no, we have to do this at
Okay, but would it be 95 or would it be 96? So why would it be 96?
Round.
We're rounding the.
That's right. We need to round the atomic mass, right? So you guys remember, this here is the atomic mass. This here is the atomic number, which happens to be the same number of protons, right? So we know we have 42 protons. Round our atomic mass to 96 minus 42, and that's going to be my number of neutrons. And the number of electrons will be the same as the number of protons because they have to, the elements of neutral charge. So okay. Questions? Concerns? Don't look so sad.
Have you seen the movie The Chicken Little?
Chicken Little?
Yeah, the mayor, he tries to offer the aliens a bunch of stuff and he says it the way you ask the questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's- Every time you say that, I think of that.
Yeah, now I have to watch it. So. You got a question?
So,
Can you elaborate?
the mayor, he's a turkey.
Yeah. If I need to figure out.
He's
Anybody else not have a lab?
The key to the city. You know, just keep zapping on it.
Anybody else? I don't have a lab packet, so that's great. Anyone else? They don't have a lab packet.
Spectroscopy.
Look at you with your tab. You're so organized. Sometimes I'm organized and sometimes I'm not. Yes.
It's like glitch.
Everywhere.
That's what the lotion is.
I said, you were smelling like a work. You were smells like you just walked your basement. Yeah, they got the Gucci, they got the Dior, they got what else they got?
I don't know why, but everyone makes it. Yeah, they do probably have, like lotion.
Yeah. Okay.
Give it up. Just try to-
Okay, so we were talking about,
Who's on the camera?
okay, I'm bringing you guys back. Okay, I guess you guys need a quiz. That's what I think we have, right?
Oh, thank God you said that before I get back here. Stress out.
Okay, so now if we're talking about ions, an ion.
Use it in a sentence. Other than what is an ion?
Charged atoms and poly.
You said it's a charged atoms. Polyatomic. Okay. Okay, so they're charged. So what do you mean by charged? What makes them charged?
Electrons.
Electrons. That's right. Okay, so when we break it down, chemistry, bottom line of chemical reactions are going to be a result of electrons. So electrons are going to be either given, they're going to be taken, or they're going to be shared. Right? So given, taken, or shared. So if it's given and taken, right? Somebody's giving up electrons, somebody else is going to be taking them, right? Then you're going to form ions. That means that you're going to get more ions than what you started out with. Okay, so let's go back to the periodic table, and I'll give you guys those labs when I get to the lab. But I think we need to talk about this. Okay. Actually, you can't do that. Actually, no, but it was actually. You're gonna have to send the test results. Yes, the test results from the COVID. So you're gonna have to send them. Okay, so just yeah, go on Zoom. The lab, you're gonna miss the lab, but don't worry about you making that. There's only one more. There's one. You're all cleared up by Thursday, right? Okay, so I'll see you.
No, you would not.
Okay, so let's say we have MO, right? And we lose 2 electrons. What's going to be the charge associated? Positive 1. Positive 2. So we write it as we'd write it as 2 plus. Okay, so if I had nitrogen, nitrogen, on the other hand, would, let's say it was gaining electrons and it gained 3 electrons. What would be the charge on nitrogen? Okay, it's going to be 3 negative. Okay. Because electrons are going to be negative, and if you're removing them, it's going to make it positive. So we're starting off at 0. You guys get that? Not too hard. Okay, so let's talk shot. Okay, so if did I show you guys the little video chemical party?
I want you to know videos. Probably due to our remote learning.
What was that?
So probably due to our remote learning.
Oh. 1 second.
Yeah.
Wait! Did you download Grammarly? Come on, man.
What on earth is it? It's like
can't get it now. I can't get it now, but I can get it. Can't get it now. I can't get it now, but I can get it. Walked up the stairs. Walked up the stairs. Can't get it now. I can't get it now. I can't get it now, cause the fucker's downstairs. I'm going to quit. The fucker's downstairs. I'm going to quit. I can't get it now. I can't get it. I can't get it now, but I can get it. Can't get it now. Can't get it now, but I can get it. Can't get it now, but I can get it. I walked up 2 flights. Walked up 2 flights. Walked up 2 flights of stairs.
You're trying to use this hat.
Oh, I actually saw that. It's like on the projector's kind of scary.
Okay. Okay, so when you guys take a look at that, what are the couple of things that you noticed? Did you guys notice what was happening with the noble gases?
Someone got tased.
They didn't react, right? And they don't bond or anything like that. So noble gases are kind of set. They're kind of happy. They're stable, right? And chemistry is about stability. That's what it boils down to, right? At the end of the day, it's about trying to be stable, trying to find a way to stability. So everybody wants to be like the noble gases. So they're going to do their best to be like the noble gases. So when a reaction occurs, it's a result of them not being like a noble gas. They're trying to find a way to get there. So let's say, for instance, how many of you guys are here because you're independently wealthy and you don't have anything better to do, and you know, where's my $1 million? I've been waiting. Anybody here for that reason?
You give me $500 today, I'll give you $2 million tomorrow.
Sure. Sure. Okay. So, in other words, all you guys are here because of what? Why are you here? Money, right? And money leads to what?
Success.
Happiness, success. It leads to what? Freedom, independence,
Financial freedom.
stability, right? Stability, right? And so some of us, we look at stability, we try to get stability by financial means. That's where we're all here to get our education. Some of us try to get stability by hooking up with people, right? You know, those gold diggers and stuff like that. Oh, you got money. Some of, you know,
It's called resourcefulness.
it's called resourcefulness. Okay. I'm not opposed to it, right? So if somebody told me personally, it's like, hey, I'll give you $2 million. All you have to do is come treat me like we're together. Okay. So I'm signing the papers today. Let's go sign right now, right?
That's called a go-getter, using your resources.
Exactly, getting those resources, right? Because we're all looking for stability. That's what it boils down to, right? So we're trying to find a way to get to stability. The elements are just like us. They want to get to stability. Some of them are going to get to stability by taking. Others are going to get stability by giving. And then some of them are going to get to stability by sharing. Well, we're going to couple up, right? And we'll share our resources, right? Isn't that why most people get married, right? They're wanting
Sure.
stability, right? Right? You don't want to go off and marry a, you know, a crackhead or anything like that, right? Is that true? Right? Okay, so now this is going to be important, right? Because I need to know how many people want to go out and marry a crackhead. That's a good goal, right? Okay, why don't you want to marry a crackhead?
They have no teeth.
They use money.
They use money.
They're not stable.
They're not stable. They lack stability, right? So that's one of the main reasons, right? And they have no teeth. Okay, so those are the reasons why we wouldn't want to marry a crackhead, right? Because they lack stability, and they often will cause energy levels to go up crazy, right? You gotta sleep with one eye open because you don't know if they're gonna stab you one day when they come in out of town, or But believe me, I know from experience, right? I did it or cracked it.
Oh, no, sir.
What was that? Exactly, exactly, yeah, you have to worry about them stealing from you too, right? So those are all the reasons why, right? It's that lack of stability. Now, again, this is gonna be important to kind of understand what we're kind of talking about, okay? So, at the end of the day, we want stability. That's what it boils down to. So the noble gases represent stability, okay? So you're trying to become like the noble gases by your electron count. So when you're like a noble gas, your outer shell is completely filled with the electrons that you want. You're happy with where you want to be. Now, there's, as I said, there's a couple ways of getting to being happy. Taking or giving. So if we're taking electrons, that means you're gaining electrons, right? Then you're going to try to find your way of getting to that noble gas. Now, let's say, for instance, we're talking about nitrogen earlier. Nitrogen is 1, 2, 3 electrons away from being a noble gas. So when it gets to that point, it's going to have what type of charge? If it has 3 additional electrons, it's going to have a negative. Negative what? Negative 3. Okay, so we write that as N3. So that lets us know that we have 3 additional electrons. Okay. Now, if we look at nitrogen, nitrogen is going to be like most of us. It's going to look at it. So I have options. I could gain electrons or I could lose electrons. It's easier for me to gain 3 electrons rather than to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons and be like helium. Okay. So it's kind of like us. If there's a store that was 3 blocks away and there was a store that was 5 blocks away, and it was hailing outside and you worked all day already, are you going to go to the store that's 3 blocks away or the one that's 5 blocks away? 3. Why? And say it again. And we don't have to use as much energy, right? It's all about energy, right? You've been working all day. You don't want to go out and sit there and walk another 5 blocks, do you? Not me. I'm like, I want to be watching TV, put my feet up on the couch, you know, relax a little bit. So we want to sit there and find a way of using the least amount of energy. And so the atoms are exactly the same way. They're looking to find ways to use the least amount of energy as possible. Okay, it's all about being lazy. How many of you guys are lazy? Come on. He's loud and proud, right? He's raising, really got it. There we go. Okay, so we want to try to sit there and get the most out of doing the least amount of work, right? If somebody's going to pay you $1 million just to come here, you know, say, hi, Dr. Henry, you're the greatest person in the world, right? Wouldn't you guys come here and say, hi, Dr. Henry, you're the greatest person in the world every day, right? With a smile, exactly, right? So our goal is to sit there and try to use the least amount of energy. That's exactly what's happening with the atom. We want to use the least amount of energy, okay? And you want to be like the noble gases. You want that stability too, okay? So you're always looking to try to find ways of using the least amount of energy. So if I'm beryllium, is it easier for me to gain electrons or to lose electrons? Gain electrons means that I'll have to go in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or to lose. 1, 2. Lose. How many would it lose? 2. So then what would be the charge on it? Plus 2. Now, this mentality works for all the ones that are in group 1, group 2, group 13 through 18, well, 17. 18 isn't going to lose anything. Okay, you guys remember groups? Groups are the numbers up top. Remember that? I know it's been a while. Last time you saw black screen.
I have a side question. Is your microphone on mute? Is it supposed to be like that?
Here it is. Here it is. But can you guys hear me on the other side? Michael.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, just checking.
So
Mhm.
okay, right? Okay, so the other thing that we noticed, we also noticed that thing about carbon, right? That's on carbon. Carbon's a little bit of a whore, right? Okay, so carbon is a whore in the sense that it likes to sit there and bond, right? It's able to make 4 bonds. That's part of the reason why carbon is kind of in the center flat, because it can make those 4 bonds, those 4 attachments, right? And carbon is kind of like in the middle. If you look at carbon, it's 4 one way and 4 the other way, right? You guys counted that? Okay, so that means carbon is flexible too. Not only is carbon a whore, he's flexible, right? So he swings both ways. So carbon has the ability of either gaining electrons or losing electrons, right? You guys are a rough crowd. It's a Monday. Usually I get at least a giggle out of it. I don't get no giggles out of it. You know you wanted to, right? Carbon's a whore, okay? So now carbon is one of those special cases, right? That it can actually go both ways if you choose to do that. Silicone, right underneath it, can go both ways. Silicone is also what we call a metal way. So it's more apt to go both ways. It has characteristics of metals and non-metals. Carbon has mainly characteristics of non-metals because it's a non-metal. So it's going to be more apt to be negative than positive. But it has that ability of doing both. And in organic chemistry, it is able to do both. And we'll talk about that as we get to oceans. Right? Now these guys, these are your transitional metals. Your transitional metals, now they're going to do weird things to these things. They're not going to go with that normal context of trying to be like a noble gas because they have their own set of standards of what's stable. They're a little bit odd, right? They go through lots of changes, hence the term transition, right? You guys know what transition is, right? If you're going through a transition, that means you're going through change, right? Okay, so that's hence their name, transition. So they have the ability to change their charge. They're also going to be positively charged. Most metals are going to be positively charged. There are a few exceptions on occasions, but for the most part, metals are going to be positively charged when they form ions. Okay, now if they're positively charged, they're called cations. Did we talk about that before? Cations?
What did you say was cations?
Positively charged ions. They're called cations.
Oh, they're positive.
That's right. Show me again.
Positive.
They're positive, right? Okay, again, you're not getting my jokes. You have a cat. You should appreciate that. You guys are rough. It is a Monday. It's a Monday night. It has to be a Monday night, right? You guys are so rough, right? And so if they're negative,
Man, this makes me want COVID again.
That was rude.
Wow.
What did he say?
Of course it's rude. It's intentionally rude.
It's a joke.
Gabriel. I'm gonna start crying here soon.
Apologies. I don't see you.
Okay, so it's not even on.
It's a good Monday.
It is a good Monday. It is a good Monday.
It's pretty outside.
It's finally raining. You know?
Okay, so we're talking about positive, okay? So if they're negative, they're called anions. An ion, right? An ion. Okay, negatively charged, they're called anions. Positively charged, they're called? They don't giggle, cations, right? Because they're positive. You gotta remember that. Now you gotta say it. You gotta even do the hand gestures because they're positive. Okay, good. Okay, so we know that positive ions, they're positively charged. And we know that negative ions are negatively charged. So what do you think happens when they come together?
They electrocute each other.
Separate.
I don't remember.
Okay, okay, never mind.
They balance each other out, right?
No, it's too late now. Too late now. Okay, so how long you guys been dating?
6 years.
How long?
6 years.
6 years? Okay, so this will be a good example. So when you started dating in high school, right? Ish, right? Okay, so who was the positive one? She was a positive, he was a bad boy? Oh, did you? Wait. Okay, so we gotta get the full story. You guys ready for the story? We want the nitty gritty here. So did she go home? Mommy, I met this really cute guy. He was just so adorable. He was so cute. Oh, I love him. And then your mama said, "Who, baby? Who is it? Who was it? Who was it?
Jose?
It was Jose, right? Jose. Oh, Jose. Your mom said Jose. Oh, wait. Did you say Jose? Jose from up the road? Oh, no. You can't date Jose. No. You cannot date Jose,
I
right?
said not tweaker Jose. Yeah.
Okay, so then you're like, Mom, but I love him, right? No, you can't date him. And then what did you do?
Makes you go right to him.
You dated him. And how long now?
6 years.
6 years. Oh my God. So you guys must be a perfect match. You're perfectly positive. He's perfectly negative. You guys match up perfectly, right? You balance each other out completely. At the end of the day, your total charge is 0, right? You're a positive, he's one negative. You balance each other out perfectly. So this is called an ionic bond, okay? So opposites attract. They come together. They have to balance each other out. Now, if you're dating a crackhead, right? That crackhead is maybe 5 negative, and you may be 1 positive. There's not enough of you to sit there and satisfy that crackhead. You need another 4 of you to sit there and satisfy. So they need a total of 5. Does that make sense? Okay.
You need more supply.
So again, that's called an ionic bond. Okay, because you're sharing. Well, you're basically using those charges, those opposite charges, to balance each other out. Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Okay, so sodium. If we have sodium, what is going to be the charge on sodium? It's going to be positive. Positive what? Sure.
I don't know.
Look for sodium gas. How far is it from being a noble gas? How far is it from being a noble gas? What's your quality?
Well, this is
That's
sodium.
right. 1. So it's 1, right? So it'd be a positive 1.
And then
Oh my God. No.
Okay, so we know that it's a positive 1. Okay, if I had chlorine, chlorine is going to be a negative 1. Why is chlorine going to be a negative 1? Preach, brother, preach.
where is it? It's on this one, second from last.
It's second from last. It's right there. It just needs that 1 electron. Okay, so it needs that 1. Okay, so if I have a positive 1 and a negative 1, they're going to be able to combine.
Isn't that like salt or something?
That's right, sodium chloride. We already know what it is. So they combine to form sodium chloride. Now, when I write this, NaCl, they're going to be totally neutrally charged. So I don't put any charges on it. And then I call it sodium chloride. Okay, questions? Concerns? Cash? You guys are cheap. Come on, pay up. Oh, I should got their money, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's try another real quick. So let's say we have aluminum, Al, and let's do oxygen. So I have aluminum and oxygen. So if aluminum forms an ion, what's going to be aluminum's charge? +3. Why is it +3?
Because it's from the last, second from front.
So it's 3 electrons away from being a noble gas, right? So you got to lose how many? You got to lose 3. Okay. So it's going to be a 3+. Okay, and oxygen is going to be negative, right? So because we have 2 negative charges, right? Okay, so now we have a 3 positive and a 2 negative. How's that going to balance out?
2 aluminiums. 3 oxygen.
Can you say that again, please?
You want me to say aluminium again?
Yes. How many do I need?
Need 2 of them and 3 oxygen.
So I'm gonna need 2 aluminums. He's not gonna say it for me. I like what you said. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's just a different way of saying it. I appreciate that. And then you said 3 oxygens. Yes. Okay, so since there's gonna be 3 of them, I'm gonna write it as O3. And then Al2. Now you'll notice that I put my positive in front and my negatives at the end. That's the way it should always be written. This is how I know that people cheat, right? Because on Google, they'll switch it up sometimes, right? They'll put their negative up front and their positive in the back. So then I know, I'm like, huh? So you got that from Google. You didn't get that from yourselves because you got it from my class. You'd always know positive things come first, and then you tell people the bad stuff. You know? Hey, you have great shoes. I just stole your car. So you see how that works? Make him feel good. He was smiling and everything, right? Okay, so are you guys with me? You guys understand? Not too bad? Okay, so now that you guys know a little bit about electrons and how they work and what they do. Now, this is an example of them taking and giving, right? So oxygen is going to be doing the taking, aluminum is going to be doing the giving. It's going to give up its electrons to oxygen. That's how they get together. That's how they form the ionic bond. Okay, so that's an example of taking and giving. Okay, now sharing. Now, you got to understand. And I understand there's no thieves in here or anything like that. But let's say that we were thieves, right? And we're good thieves, not bad thieves.
I'm good.
We are good
Yeah.
thieves, okay? So now as a good thief, would it be better for you to steal from your neighbor? You see he has a brand new motorcycle. It is a badass motorcycle, one of these Harleys. It has some stripes down the side. And you're like, man, that's a badass Harley. Man, I want that Harley, right? Now, would you take from him? Being your neighbor, right? Next door neighbor. Or would you take somebody from 3 towns away?
3 times away.
Unless you plan on selling it, then 3 times away is.
You know, you're planning on riding, right?
Yeah, you can't enjoy it.
Okay, what was that? 3 towns away. Now that makes sense, right?
Some people might, and they'll just paint it.
Okay. Anyway, so it makes sense to take 3 towns away. So that's an example of that give and take. So if you take a look at the periodic table, your metals are here and your non-metals are here. They're away from each other, okay? So that's also part of that give and take. We know that we're gonna give and take when we have metals and non-metals, okay? So metals are gonna be giving, non-metals are gonna be taking, okay? Now, if it's your neighbor, right? If it's non-metals, non-metal and a non-metal, you're gonna be sharing, okay? We're gonna be sharing, okay? So let me give you an example. You guys already know this example. H2O. So if you're sharing electrons, if you guys are sharing electrons, that means you're forming a covalent bond. I'll type that up for you guys. Okay, covalent bond. Everybody see that? Okay, that's when we're sharing electrons. Okay. Now there's 2 ways of sharing, right? There's uneven sharing and there's even sharing. Okay, let me give you an example of uneven sharing. How many of you guys have siblings? Younger or older? Older? Okay.
Are you the baby? Bless you. Are you the middle?
I am.
So are you younger as well? Yeah, 4 of those sisters. So you're the oldest, so you can relate to me. I have 2 sisters. Both of them are younger than me. So when I was growing up, we used to get gifts together, right? And so we always get one really cool gift together. Like we got an Atari. I know I'm dating myself because you guys probably don't know what an Atari is.
That's like a
It's the
game for
equivalent of a
ladies, right?
PlayStation back in the day, right? So now my mom said, "Oh, way you guys are getting this is if you guys share it." Okay, I'm like, I'm cool with that. I can share, right? So my mom and dad both work. So during the day, when I had to watch my sisters and everything like that, I would play the Atari.
And you wouldn't share when they were at work.
Okay, so then my mom would get off and everything, and I was responsible for cooking and making sure everything was organized and stuff like that. So when it came time when my mom got home, right, I started doing the cooking and everything like that. I let my sisters play. And so usually I finish as, you know, she walks through the door and everything like that. And so she sees my sisters playing the Atari, right? And then she's like, oh, you've been cooking and everything. I'm like, yeah, I've been cooking. I'm slaving in here, you know. And then she's like, oh, why don't you just go play the Atari a little bit, you know, before, you know, we sit down and eat together, right? And so then I get to play it some more, right? So then I get to play it about 90% of the time, and they get to play it about 10% of the time. Now, is that sharing? What do you mean by no? It's sharing.
It's selfishly sharing. But
It's
sharing.
sharing, but it's sharing, right? No, she didn't say anything about equal or unequal sharing, right? She didn't take chemistry, so it was her fault, you know? So
They're probably just happy to play it too. That's kind of stuff.
So the thing is that that's an example of uneven sharing, right? And that's what happens in the case of water. Water forms what we call a covalent, polar covalent bond. Polar meaning uneven sharing, polar.
Did that game have more than one controllers?
Well,
Did it have more than 32 dots?
most of the games were only one-player games at the time. So the ones
I
that
had to
you
share a Game Boy Advance
like it.
color one with my brother. It was a war.
Okay, so now if it's even sharing, meaning that you get it part of the time, I get it part of the time, and we go back and forth evenly, that's called non-polar covalent bonding. Non-polar. So uneven sharing, non-polar, right? I mean, sorry, even sharing, non-polar, uneven sharing, polar. Okay. Questions? Concerns? Cash? Kool-Aid?
What was this for again?
Bonding,
Okay.
bonding. Okay, so now today you guys are going to be doing a lab, right? Part of the lab that you guys are doing, you guys are going to do what we call exciting electrons, right? So what happens is that in an element, we can put energy in and we can kick that electron up really, really high, right? And so some of the elements that we have multiple electrons. And so you will have several electrons that will go up to these really high energy levels. How many of you guys have like little brothers or little sisters or kids? Anybody have kids? Little brother? Okay. Okay, so now what happens when you feed them a whole bunch of candy for Halloween? They bounce a lot. Right? Oh, I'm gonna get some more candy. Right? They get all crazy. And then at the end of the night, what happens?
They don't want to go to sleep.
They don't want to go to sleep?
No,
Oh,
my
no.
brother.
Oh,
They
man.
wake up
They
cranky
knock
the next
out.
day from
Usually they
sugar.
pass out,
I
right?
have a little brother that has ADHD, so when he has sugars or something, that calms him down.
Yeah. So, but he gets up really hot first, right? And then he knocks out, right?
Yeah.
So that's usually most people. Your little brother or sister, a little off the wall, huh? Okay. So we know not to give your kids anything, right? So, I mean, your brothers and sisters. Anything. Sorry. You're the oldest? Okay. So, but they crash. Now what happens when the electron crashes? It actually emits light. And so what you guys are going to see today is light. It's going to be light, right? So you guys are going to see light that's going to be emitted when you work with various chemicals. So you're going to basically put these chemicals in a flame, right? Putting a lot of energy in it, and then it's going to give you a color of light. Now, how many of you guys have seen fireworks?
I like all of
Oh my
those.
gosh, everybody raise their hand. You know you have all seen it, don't fake the funk, come on. Okay, so fireworks, some of these chemicals are basically used to make fireworks. And so that's how you get those different colors, right? And it's based upon those electrons being excited by the energy that's being put in there. Okay,
Do you know how to
So-
make fireworks?
are you gonna make fireworks?
Yeah.
Not in this class, in my 1A class, you will. Just take 1A. So, in the summer, you guys make sparklers, but that's in the summer before, but it didn't happen this summer.
Oh, that
They
sounds
could- All of a sudden,
cool.
didn't come in until well after class ended, so. Actually, we're still waiting for one component. So we may do something around, closer to Christmas. If I have- Get those resources. Okay, so the other experiment that you're gonna do, so that's the first one, and I'll explain it to you in a little more detail. The other experiment that you're gonna do is that we're gonna actually use electricity to excite a particular element. And so your job is to identify the element based upon the line structure. So normally, put this out for you guys. They're like,
Ooh, what is this? Toys?
you get toys.
This is like it's from the 80s.
It is.
Looks like
Okay,
those
so
3D glasses.
if you guys do this,
What am I missing out on?
you're missing out on all the great fun.
Oh, yeah, get this.
Ah, man.
So if you guys do this, and you don't look directly at the light, but look next to the light, you'll see rainbows like everywhere. We have lights going everywhere. Everybody
Cool.
see the rainbows? So this here is a continuous spectrum, right? Continuous because it runs into each other. Rainbows run into each other. Now, what you're gonna see when we excite individual elements, you're gonna see discrete lines. And so you're gonna use those discrete lines patterns to determine which element you actually have, right? Okay, so the first, so let's get you guys sort of situated. So get in your lab groups. Let me get you guys some lab coats, right? Lab coats for this one. And then there are a couple of you guys that still need the labs. So now go get your lab. You're gonna be traveling, so.
I'm gonna call on my phone. He's in our group. But he can see it. Like, what? How's he supposed to? Gabe, I don't know if you could hear me. Oh, that's good. I don't like that. I'm gonna put on the phone so you can see it.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Yeah, but not to my phone. So you can
Okay.
see it up close.
All right, please, please.
Oh, wait.
Hey, you're gonna need your goggles. You guys are gonna need your 400 ml beaker.
I see rainbows. Thank you. It looks like one of those projector things.
Oh, do we need our
None
things?
of my
What do we do?
TVs are here.
Our coats?
It's like I haven't seen those in 10 years.
Look, we're telling you.
It's like
He made sure
We do need that thing?
the red thing on the phone.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Did you need a box?
Our tray. We got L2? Yeah, L2.
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna do separate them. Okay. Five groups.
Two, right? Have you ever made a Big Mac with a spicy sandwich? I did I did that. It's great.
Oh, it's called the McLean. I thought it's called.
Yeah, I don't script that loud, okay?
Oh, Adam Pro.
What else are we supposed to get?
Love.
Size of
I do have some in my pocket.
yeah.
Those are like,
Yeah, I'm touching the mail with my bare hands. You know how many people touch mail? You do? They said before I got there, the girl went, opened it, cocaine. Poor thing, I never thrown it in her life because she didn't, she tripped. She just. Yeah, I heard you correct the first time. It's probably a lot of it. If it's going to prison, you don't know if it's fentanyl or not, you can die.
how do you open the milk?
Yeah, it's like a letter opener. But sometimes it gets stuck, or sometimes like residue can make it too hard, so she probably just put it.
But what do they expect? Like, they expect privacy or like? Their rights, like, what's the rights to privacy?
Sweetie, not everybody's that smart.
Oh,
We got one kid that Seattle,
really?
and they blast their on a postcard. On a postcard. So things you got going on a postcard.
So that every 3 days.
Yeah, we had to send those ones back.
So do they like it?
They can try to, but sometimes they send it from a fake address, because if there's no return address on the letter, they can't have it.
Can they get
I put it. Safe travels. Dark out there.
I'll go with the feel like
Yeah, on vacation.
yesterday, I think, or like which vaccine, the Coalinga?
Say what?
Coalinga?
Los Gatos?
No, like right here, like it's like by the 17. Just called the vaccine. Who passed away.
Not surprised. Was it like, were they racing or it's like a normal free
Yeah,
accident?
razors.
Bike things?
No, they're
Or those
like,
cars that don't have two wheels?
no, it's a car that has 4 wheels, 4 seats, but like no windows. RZR? Razor? You know what that is?
I think
It's
so.
the guy that passed away, like, in the White House. He was a driver.
That's the president.
You didn't hear that? I didn't know.
I don't watch the news or TV, so.
I just found out
And I don't know anyone from here, so.
I just found out that they posted it, but anyways, he passed away like just like 2 weeks passed away.
On Saturday, my brother-in-law went out to Los Gatos, there was an accident out there, he had to put one of those type of cars out. I don't know if it was the same thing, but that was on Saturday, he did. And then,
Yesterday, he said, but it's called, I guess that they're like obviously in the airport. So they're driving like pretty fast. And they were up the hill.
they were in front.
Yeah. And they were going up the steep hill.
I feel bad for them.
It's not even a affordable. It was the one, the other guy who dated the other guy. So the father-in-law, and the son-in-law. So the girl lost her husband and
Because they're dropped.
So they were pretty much
It was
going,
bad for the girl.
yeah, so they pretty much went up a hill. And then I guess like, obviously they were drunk, so you probably, I don't know if they knew what they were doing. I think like this, and I flipped, and so it didn't happen. Now it's already in, and if you on the car, one will pull out, and you raise your back one, kill them, and the other one will out, so I can feel it like, I know they're not like a ball bite, and it's gonna and clean up. This is ball bite. Ball bite is probably strong. I didn't think it was that strong, but it's pretty strong.
Yeah. No, freaking in the apartments I live in, the little kids just be running around by themselves. And one of them, I told him to move because I got scared. He laid himself on his skateboard. He's like this tall. He's like 2 or 3 years old. And he was in the road, like doing this. You're gonna get run over because people are stupid in that parking lot.
Where do you go?
And the Coalinga station.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been, my friend lives there, since like a ride, so she cuts my hair. He's like, hey bro, shoot me around, like whatever. Yeah. And then, I was like, take him around there, I'm just like, just zoom into the. Yeah, but
I know that person, everyone does.
it gets down, not gonna lie. Works pretty good because something to talk about, I guess, like, so he doesn't charge me, or charge me too much, so. All what I do, I haven't seen it talk about it coming in. More often. I'm just sad. It's just like couponing that like every 20 meals like out. So it doesn't come out of like my pocket and it doesn't come out of like the company stuff. It's just like it never existed. Yeah, so it's like it was never in the inventory, never existed, never got charged for it. It was just like
It's just down to do that. My boy forgot my Ellen had. It seemed like he did, but he didn't say anything. He's like, oh, he gave me free food. I was like, yeah, him and his girl are hella cool. They're in my class. I tell him that all the time. But he didn't say anything. He was like, whatever, I'm fine with that. I don't care. You're not gonna tell me nothing. I'm not gonna say anything.
yeah, it's like all the time. It just depends if they want to know. But on the once you put your code, you do like 25% off, 50% off. Use it option. Use it option. You have to put in your manager for like your little password. And stuff. Not anybody can get it.
It's also scary though, because they come back to you, no?
No. I can do it. Smiley can do it. 4 other people can do it.
Smiley can do it.
Yeah. Smiley does it all the time. Like sometimes he goes and gets like $60 meals for free. It's a bad guy.
I bet.
But
How was it? Dark.
she never really comes to visit me. I talk about.
Don't you live in Huron? You live here?
Yeah.
Don't you guys drove from Huron? You used to live in Huron, right?
Dirty.
Dirty age? That sounds like a STD. That's not good.
No.
I don't know. I think he went to do something.
I went to go print out the labs for the video. I know.
Maybe that's why he took it.
It's only pretty self-explanatory, right? Folks? Sorry, I'm a little nervous for the test. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, that's good. It looks like food coloring in here, but it might be something else. Yeah, I'm nervous for the test too, but I'm thinking if I like really study. I have flashcards, I found in my stuff. So I'm thinking like do the practice test, write all the questions and maybe flashcards. And we have a whole week to do it. So
Well, if, I don't know, have you used the system like what he's talking about? Like little like
the project system, I don't know.
yeah. Something weird. Well, you probably have to do it like separately.
Are you allowed to wear like a
I have her will do it for you.
wear a fucking jigsaw mask?
Wear a hat. So you get an iPhone 14. You're getting the iPhone 14. The iPhone?
Probably not.
No.
iPhone sucks.
So,
Get real shut up with your green text messages. Freaking Edwin's not here either. You can at least zoom in.
oh,
Like, he said he's gonna do his math. Like, he's been playing basketball. He's a child. That's one thing. He's a sweetheart. He's so nice, but oh my god, he's still young. And like he says, you don't? No. He's worried about you. So I think I can get, but it's not so. Not everybody's lucky.
it just goes.
You have, I think it was Snapchat dark. Only app I don't have dark.
Is it not? I told you before.
I have everything else dark.
What happened to your man?
They dropped this phone so many times. Normal.
You can lie.
Guys always have fucking nice cameras.
The funny thing is that I was trying to return it for like the iPhone, like nobody could exchange it like for money.
Did you drop me something? Did you?
Oh no, I got the notification too.
I don't know if I want to see it. Did
I'll check it.
I not be able to take a peek?
I swear to because I just I have two like these are like my
Okay, so even though, yeah.
And now it's gonna change. Yay. Oh, that's beautiful.
I think we should have. Actually, it was. Okay. All right. That was, that's it.
Huh?
That's
Yeah, what
that would be the one that does the least amount of damage.
I forget.
You just got it.
Okay,
That's no difference.
so you guys have your goggles, everybody has your goggles?
Nobody saw you. It's pretty good condition for it not having it. Yeah. I would always have to just see like one stretch before I see it. Yeah. It only has 2 cameras. Yeah, no, nothing. Which one is this? I don't even know.
I like the 12 or 13.
I think it's a 12. So I can never know.
It actually shows you like what model it is.
Did the 14 come out already? What colors? Do you know?
Gold, silver, black, and dark silver, deep purple.
We have 6.
Because I'm gonna have a case on it. That's why I'm like.
Purple's cool.
I like the case you had though.
You know where I got it? Where we got it? Out on the road? Yeah, that's like $5 there. Out on the road, $5.
Then I always have to have a plastic protector. Yeah.
Same.
What is that? The lucky phone? doing it. What is all this?
Up to you.
What is that thing? Just a tab? What is the middle one?
Percentage or balance? I don't know if you realize, but chemicals, like, balance equal, no, she shows you 62%. It doesn't show number of change like that. It's just like the part, so it's like down. But mine already has like a 60%.
That's weird. Yeah, I like it. Wait a minute, let's go back up. Can you change these to be whatever you want?
Yeah, like, and it's not like a lot more people.
That's cool.
I have like this one. and, like,
That one is totally adorable. Look at that.
Okay.
Is that pretty girl?
and it's like this, and it's like, Facebook.
They have a face with a bunch of two in it. I have no- I have chance to cure my space on Facebook
Okay, so
right before it crashed.
we have a shortage of the right size lab coats. So find a lab coat that fits you.
Well, it's a good thing COVID took out like half our
And
class.
then, I know we had you guys measuring, but they didn't have.
It's too late with that.
Gabe, I don't think we'll be able to find you one through the camera. So.
It's all right.
Next time.
I mean, just send me a recording or something. I
Or do
don't
we
know.
just like Black Friday sale grab them or? Black Friday.
I'm tired.
I've never been to it.
Drink some coffee. Sounds like a tutorial video. What else can you do with this? It looks kind of pink, like a lavender kind of. It's pretty. And then if you don't like the color later, like you change your mind, it's so cute. Perhaps. Alright, I'm gonna grab one. You know what? Kind of like a medium, huh? I guess so. Are we supposed to do this?
That one.
Okay, so make sure they go back to the hair that they're on. Because they actually. The correct size.
I don't want to get that. But it's covering up like full lab shirt. Oh, look at, we look educated. It's okay, educated can be closer. It's hot with this thing on though.
What? I feel like it feels like actual feel.
These are recorders.
Yeah, I got the perfect size. I want to actually want to twist up. I can
Okay, everybody got the lab coats?
Yeah. Get a bus ace.
Huh?
This should be.
Out earlier, I wanted to.
You got the number.
For solo or menudo or menudo or pozole?
I only like it has comedy.
Or what?
Comedy.
If you only like what? Pozole?
Oh, yeah, she only likes menudo that has common.
Oh,
I guess that's cool.
not just the meat. I used to not like it. The texture, like by itself, is weird, but when it has something that complements it, it's good.
It's just overwhelming when it's all like that texture. I didn't
What is that
like
called?
the tripe and the honeycomb.
Oh, I love the heat.
Tripe is intestine.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
It's okay. I'll eat it if it's there.
Oh,
My mom and my honey
it's like,
It's so fancy. It's so
it's cool when they do it. It's a problem with that.
But I love the soda. And plus, I barely had like. I never had it before. Or no, it wasn't this year. It was
Hey,
this
everybody
year.
got a lot of code.
I've only ever eaten it.
You got your goggles? You got your kid? Oh my God. That's it.
Oh my God. I'm wearing a sweater. Aren't you? You comfortable?
Yeah. My hair is cold
Okay.
because I showered.
Oh.
And so my hair is like still really cold and I've been straight.
I am pretty furnished.
Okay, so if you have drinks on your desk, the drinks on your desk should not be on your desk.
What should I do with this?
Drinks.
Rob. Okay, your drink should not be at your desk, right? So. Good job. Yes. Put it underneath. Okay, everybody has a handout, right? Okay, good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna give you. Will be a beaker, a Harville beaker. You're gonna fill it halfway with tap water. You're gonna fill it halfway with tap water.
Oh, it's,
Oh, I don't have to.
so there's like this 250.
Be here for a while.
Oh, that's what I gave it.
Use your 200, your 250.
I was.
That's not.
You know how to measure your five.
Go for it, man.
That's not a beaker.
You know how many people
That is not a
a
beaker.
very lot.
This can even be.
I hope you
All these to the beaker.
Yeah, that's a 250 mil beaker. So you're gonna use a 250 mil beaker. Fill it halfway. Yes, that's a beaker. Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
that one.
This is something that we want to know.
250?
He said
Oh, we don't have that one.
Do we need the 101 and the 251 or one or the other?
So they don't have the one. They have the
No,
one.
like everyone has to.
Okay, so then you can put your, you're gonna, yes, you're gonna get your Bunsen burner.
Oh, look, you guys are both wearing sweats. These are twins.
Yeah.
These are twins. They're twins.
That's right. you like that.
Sweatpants.
No, you don't need.
I didn't get the memo.
You don't need the wire copies.
What did you say?
Or Bunsen burner.
This is the crew.
This is the best.
That is.
There is no line on this. How did you do that?
Doesn't have to be perfect.
I know.
You're like,
You're a solid person.
does that have to be like accurate
Just
or?
this
Okay. Do you guys have gloves? What is the requirement? You should have. Perfect, I'm still in the other.
Okay.
So put those back in the thing, because after, because they're so long. So, Okay, so you have goggles, you have gloves. Getting gloves. There's gloves over here, and I believe there's gloves over here as well.
There's small, medium, and large.
Oh, they're over there.
Size plus.
Gone for a week and. I don't know. You can turn around yet. Yeah, I haven't given you guys the power. Okay, so you're also gonna need a striker. You guys have a striker? How are you planning to light it? You don't have a striker? It should be in your kit. Although yours has been.
Mine?
I'll show you what it is. What?
You want medium or you want small?
Yeah, sometimes gloves run a little small. Maybe try medium. Because you probably can't read it. Yeah. How are you supposed to live with it?
Okay, let me just find striker for you guys. No, there's one in each one, so.
Come on, stand over here, Mija. Be serious. Come on, stand up with your bracelet. You're gonna represent.
You guys have a striker.
It's Hispanic Heritage Month, okay?
Dr.
Stand up.
Smile.
There you go. Smile.
Nice all the way.
I'm sending it to you guys. This one's okay. Yeah, this one's bad. I like the one with teeth better. Yeah, you smile, not your normal.
Okay, everybody has a striker? You guys have a striker?
I'm Duncan, and you did it. Is that this thing?
I took, oh, back there, so.
Is there two different? What'd you say? Okay, we have a different. Like, tell us a little ancient. I'm like, give this stuff back. It's like a.
Like that one?
Kind of.
Okay, so let me explain to you about the striker. Striker is what you're gonna use to start your plane, so you're also gonna need, okay, settle down, I need your attention, okay? So we can get in and get out of here. Okay, so, I know you guys, I know it's been a week since we've been here. Relax, come on now. Okay, so you're gonna need a Bunsen burner. Everybody has a Bunsen burner? Bunsen burner? Okay, so let me tell you how you use your Bunsen burner. What you're gonna do, you're gonna connect it to the gas line. We'll move yours back over here in a second. You don't have one? So go ahead. As long as you put it back. We'll get yours. We'll get you yours. Yes, because it no longer has a foot. Or yours has a foot. Yeah, that one has a foot. You found one?
That's what I show you all the time. The glasses on.
Okay, so you guys have a Bunsen burner? Everybody has a Bunsen burner? Excellent.
I gotta switch to yours again.
So the way that you use your Bunsen burner.
No.
You want to turn the gas valve parallel with the valve itself. So the valve, turn it parallel, so it's directly on top of the valve. Yeah, do it right now. Okay, so you should be getting gas. Okay, now if you're not getting gas, you may need to adjust the knob at the bottom. So open it up so you can hear your gas coming. Okay, so now you have gas going, right? And you guys know that we're not supposed to have gas going without a flame, right? So what you're gonna do is use your striker. The way that you use your striker, you wanna push up and then push. Okay, you wanna push up with your thumb. Okay, so then,
Oh, that's cool.
okay. Now,
How do you
these,
turn it off?
right here.
That's it?
Okay,
That's kind of.
So- do me a favor. You guys do yours. Move your laptop. Put it away so it doesn't get burnt up or get chemicals on it. Okay. Everybody,
Smells like gas.
right? Okay. So. You hear the gas.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
so.
Can you
that
do
means that this-
that?
that's okay.
Very good. When you said push up, then
Right? Yeah, push up.
is this supposed to be?
Okay,
You try.
now. I'm gonna turn it off and I'm
Okay, I'll
gonna
let her try.
turn it back on. And then you're gonna like. so you
You
gotta
said
get-
push up. Oh, good job. These locks.
Okay.
Oh, turn it off for a second. I wanna see. No. You said to push up and then something.
Or so like, something like this.
You have it.
Up. Okay, second.
Try that last time.
That's a little more tricky. So I did this one just kind of lighter switch. Got it.
It's hard.
Do it with your left hand, yeah. Yours?
Yeah,
Take it right there. Get closer. We had it for like a second.
It's so strong, bro. You smell it?
It's a good thing you don't have to. I'm so confused.
Wait, don't put it on enough.
I did. I'm a wizard.
Oh, I got it.
Hey, I gotta record it. That's cool.
Didn't we do like last time? So when you guys take a break, you're like, what are the
I will write more letters. Why is it going at an angle?
Oh, you can turn it on.
No, weird.
Try it.
We want you to do it. Okay, ready? Let's go.
Oh, on your first try, what you doing? Wait.
I'll send it to you. That's great. I love it.
I have it.
I'm so proud.
Wow, so I'm the only one left?
Okay, hold on. Let me record it. We'll turn it off and try again.
Okay, so now I'm gonna give you guys an example.
How come they got a
So
cool
theirs
flame?
have a yellow flame, right? You guys notice their yellow flame? Yellow flame is the coolest of the flames. The bluest is the hottest. And so you guys want a blue flame. So the way that you get a blue flame is you want to give it more oxygen. The more oxygen you give, the bluer your flame.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Okay, the less oxygen that you give, the orange,
Wait, hold on.
the orange the flame.
Okay.
Okay, you want blue. Okay, and then you can also turn.
Ready,
Just a
go.
little bit down. The righty kind of emphasis.
Yes.
Let me make my thing yellow.
Blue flame.
Yeah.
Okay, you have your hair tied up, and you tie mine up.
Oh, scientist.
Okay, good. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, so
Let's take a photo.
the next thing I'm gonna give you your samples, right? So you have two unknowns. You need to identify those unknowns. You have samples, and two of your unknowns are within those samples that you guys are gonna look at. You need to record an observation of the samples that you're doing. Now, let me tell you what you're gonna be doing. Okay, everybody has their nice, beautiful flame. So let me see. Did I get you guys your example? I gave you one. Did you guys give me the six? They're called-
I know.
You
You got it? It's a
What do
filter.
we call them? Coffee. Coffee source.
Sweet, isn't it?
Yes, yes, you want somebody said that. Okay.
Oh, sorry, to record. Do you want to record this?
Okay, you have samples, your samples. You're all night. I have all night. Wait, I'll keep you guys here till 11.
We don't have that
12,
part.
1 o'clock, right? I know you don't, because I'm trying to tell you, you're not gonna get it until I show you what you need to do. Okay, now I have your attention, right? It's been a while. Huh? We're out of control today. So if you take our sample, you're gonna unscrew the sample. You're gonna pop the top. Okay, now these are drop bottles. You're just gonna literally pop the top, right? Relax. Man, he was about to jump out of his seat, wasn't he? You're then gonna take your reed, you're gonna stick your reed into the bottle. And then you're gonna put it in the flame. Okay. So after you put it in the flame, you dump it in there. Sometimes you're gonna catch it on fire. You want to record the color of it. You want to make sure that you understand the sample that you're looking at. Right? Make sure it lines up with what you're writing down. Now, again, you have two unknowns that you have to identify. That means you have to figure out what color is close to your unknown. And then that sample. Okay. Now, you guys are working with, some of them are poison, some of them will cause digestive troubles, some of them will cause developmental troubles. The one that's the worst is the tin fluoride. That one is the worst. So you want to be careful with how you handle it. When you pop the top, be careful with how you pop the top. Don't pop it towards Jacob. You know, we saw Jacob, he was about to jump out of his seat, right? Okay. So when you get to your potassium chloride, you're going to look at it with the blue, the cobalt glass, the blue glass, and you're going to look at it without the blue glass. And you're going to see what is the difference and what is it that you're observing between them. Okay. So with the cobalt glass and without the cobalt glass. Okay. It's for you. So, let me give you some. No, that's the next slide. You're comparing the colors to what you see with the different chemicals. They're labeled on- no, right here.
Which part? It says place a sample of lithium fluoride or NaCl on the hard part of the thing right there. So if you want to record, like physically record, or record, then Observation. No, no, he's in the side.
Two.
Trying to like spike it or
I see why they came out so excited about it.
Can you do it?
yeah, makes sense. I think that's what I'll agree with.
One second.
So
And you guys,
there's an
did I give you guys some
apocalypse,
steaks too? Yeah, I gave you some steaks.
right? For
Oh,
everybody.
you want your left? You're asking for too much.
Thank you.
Oh.
You want some
Oh, we're
steaks?
looking at the flame with them.
Or Jake.
I just like.
I'm doing all right. With all my lights.
all your lights.
Done, right?
That's the first one. That's the
So,
first one.
like,
Oh, what is it?
Now I see
Is it potassium? Oh, no, is it lithium
Okay,
chloride?
so in this case.
Okay, carefully open it. That does not look very careful. Can you help?
Right down the color that you see. That's your
Okay.
lithium chloride?
Yeah.
Are you recording? That's awesome.
Next one. Do tin fluoride.
It turned red. We should have the water closer to you. We have it.
Tin fluoride, yes.
It turned red.
Smooth lighting.
It smells different. And then, did we say anything about this one? It's like red. Oh, it looks like
Oh.
red.
But
Shit.
at the same time, aren't we supposed to be watching it like this?
With the potassium.
Oh, that's only.
Only with potassium.
I wrote it down. I forgot.
So this one's done.
Okay, next is tin.
Two. That's CO2. That's CO2. Got it. No?
You're gonna have to send me that video. That was great.
That was a big. Is that 10? That's 10, CL. 10.
Balance it.
So for number two, is tin two and SNCO, two different things.
No, that's
Are they both the same
it's
thing?
called 10-2. That's what it makes. But we had a we had a point and that.
Oh.
Ready? Number 2. 10, 2.
Yeah, puts a little bit of yellow in it, but not too much, like where you want yellow. Oh, there you go, nice. Oh, it's just a stick.
I can try it again.
Copper chloride, CuCl.
It's literally good one.
That with
Okay,
10,
I see, go.
I mean, with potassium.
It doesn't drink. It's non-reactive like potassium. It just turns. Yeah, it's literally-
It just changes once the stick gets a little fire, but it's not like. My inspiration, look at my nose, it's so small, and I see. That's where it looks like. Barium chloride.
BaCO2.
This is just kind of simple to make up, like.
Do strontium chloride, SRCl.
Now this is barium chloride. Wow, green, A green yellow. It was like the Incredible.
What's the show?
Yeah, it was like.
Wait, place something.
There was a torture scene that people are upset about.
Oh, yeah, style. Oh, and then for the second part, this is our unknown one. And our unknown two. So we have so CO2. So I just feel like
Yeah. Number 4 is CuCl2. Copper and chlorine. I don't know. You said it was like bad for us.
Oh, I'm gonna, I guess, on my Zoom. Dr. Henry,
Yeah, it's so pretty. It looks like the Northern area.
seeing as you guys don't need me, is it okay if I just,
No, you have to observe.
I'm not even doing anything. I'm sorry, I guess, I kind of want to go.
Just don't pay attention.
Technically, I'm still sick, so.
Okay, bye, Gabe.
All right, have a good day. I'm sorry, take care.
See you.
Okay, number 5 is.
I don't record this, I just want to run it back. So,
Oh, wait, you're gonna do it again? Which one?
Whatever. Yeah.
I wanna record
Number
one too.
number 3, yeah. I'm doing it.
No, you're doing number 3 again. Don't have no color?
I'm doing ACL2.
Hand me that green.
Because I want to see what happens.
I wanna do this. It's like a four. We have to see our.
You're putting it like on the edge.
You're also all like, that makes me wonder. What if the one that had no reaction was supposed to have a reaction? I'll do it.
Can I do this one quick second? That's awesome. Okay.
Try this one.
Send you shield.
Send it to my mom. Number 5, is that what we're doing?
I'm doing it.
Not look forward.
Still don't change.
Yeah, it just turns yellow once it gets the popsicle stick. Or the stick. Number 5 is strontium chloride. CrCl.
That's RCO2.
Yeah.
That's RCO2. Because my. I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, it's
Let me twist it, see if it's all right. Need more of these?
This is number 5 right here?
Yes.
Where is it?
He's in his laboratory. He's in his red. We're doing that one again.
The sticks are called reeds.
That's awesome. Oh, looks like the dark side.
Yeah, that's the one that we're doing.
What's next? Oh, we still have C.
On the base scale.
Oh, there's 2. That's there's 2 of them. No, we have another KCl, but we have double of this.
We haven't done sodium yet, right? Or not sodium, potassium.
No,
chloride.
that's the last one. Will you try both?
KCl.
Which one are you doing next?
But those are duplicate. Those are duplicate over there. Those are 2.
What is this place for? You sure you with and without the, yeah, so through it.
I'm recording this one.
We have to here's a new idea.
Oh, we have to look at this one with.
Oh, yeah.
So the first thing, so we'll do it with and then we'll.
We have to pick-
Purple. Voting purple.
No, just without it. Just without it. I'll take your final
He
guess.
doesn't have any chance of pissed.
What do you think of-
Ready? Potassium chloride.
I knew it. I knew it.
Pink, purplish,
It's like purple.
like a lavender.
Yeah, of course you guys could have.
I want to do one.
So
Where
we're
is
gonna
it?
get you another piece of paper. And then-
Like, or like a team.
I know, you're gonna throw it in there. But you want, they want to copy the results.
Like last year.
Now look at it with the.
Rule of thumb.
This is cobalt glass with potassium chloride. That's pretty cool. It looks like a neon pink. Looks like a Nicki Minaj music video.
All right. So the next one is unknown one and unknown two.
Excellent.
Oh, no wonder. No wonder we don't do this because I can't put my paper down. You guys.
I mean, I haven't been touching all this stuff.
I know. Yeah, look, my fingers are-
I hear that.
So unknown one.
How's it going over here?
Awesome. Want to see the video I got?
Sure. Is it really cool?
We got Henry, so number two is on number one.
My bad. Hold on. This is us lighting. She got scared.
What is that one?
That is a real big flame. But you guys all lit it, that's nice. Wow, that is beautiful. That does look really good. You guys definitely make Max. Wow, that is a nice red.
This one, I like this one better.
The violet?
Yeah. So it's pink.
Oh, that is pretty cool. It works out really well.
Doctor, so we have unknown two and three, so two is one and three is two.
So you would write down unknown 2 as your number 1, and then 3 is your number 2. You need to tell me which one they are, right?
Unknown 2 is number 1. Unknown 1 is number 2.
Okay, you want to make sure that you guys record the number of your unknown.
So unknown two is unknown one, unknown three is unknown one.
The number of our big portion of your.
Unknown three is unknown two.
Okay, Michael, we're gonna let you go since they're doing labs. Is that cool?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll see you on
I'm sorry,
Wednesday.
what'd you say?
Yes, sounds good.
Okay.
Probably
Take care.
Walmart, but they have them at Walmart, Target, and Dollar General. At Dollar General, you can get a 2-pack, but they're black. 0.7 is the best one.
Sorry, let me give you guys a little more light. Oh, my bad. Yes. Are the unknowns?
Like the unknown.
Technically unknown.
Yes.
This is unknown or whatever.
Work out the number of the.
These are the red ones.
I just like this.
Because you're
How come we can see that one? Oh, that must be one of the unknown ones. Do it. Unknown 2.
Okay,
This one was
so you're gonna write down the number. There are a total of 5 different unknowns, right?
Do it again.
When I say you're unknown 1, you're getting 2 unknowns. You need to record the number of the unknown on your paper.
Record them.
You just put unknown two, unknown three. She really wanted to. But he told me to put 2 as 1 and 3 as 2.
Yeah,
No, it's another 2. So
we're gonna do it again. Unknown two. Pink, I got pink.
This one was the second. This one's the right here.
Or that one.
It was, this one.
Does, huh? I'm questioning myself. Ooh, yeah, aw. That would have been.
Was that?
I
Oh,
think
you
when
wanted-
it's
you
darker,
wanted
it looks
darker?
cooler, because you
Okay.
can see it better.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be
Like at least less computer screen. That looks good, yeah. That's cool.
want to do it again or not?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
I know.
What else it was?
Lavender.
Yeah.
Did you put lavender? Yeah, that's fine, but at least
On the
for the
camera,
surround
it's
light. Don't matter, it doesn't look like how it looks.
Yeah.
Just had a meeting at the party. That was a movie.
Are you
Correct.
doing this one?
Now we
No,
need to do
no,
unknown three.
Yeah, duplicates. Yeah. So that milky one is the same as the other one. It's CN, CN.
Oh, the same one as.
Yeah, there's.
So, yeah.
It's just the unknown. You take the unknown.
Rock and roll, man, come on.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You're doing very well.
So better be quick, sorry.
Yes, that was my favorite.
Oh, it's fine.
What?
Just the whole bottle like.
Who's definitely
Fuchsia?
Sushi. Yeah, what's the one?
Wasted. It is for our education. It's not wasted.
or fusion pink.
I really like that pink one. That one's my favorite. That one is like Lady Gaga pink. Where's this? This is unknown three. Why isn't it as cool? I know what enough. Whatever, that's still awesome. My mom, she said fun. Stars eyes. Okay, so that one is pop. What's next? Is that it? Wait a minute. No, wait. Okay, never mind. I thought we were have to do the cobalt with that one too for a second, but I was rereading the other one.
Someone put the wing glass on top of glass.
If we were able to guess, you get 25 points. That's just a guess. What'd you say?
Yeah, where you go?
Let's turn it off and then I'll tell you how it's supposed to. That's the same.
Figure out.
If you're done,
After we're
you
through,
guys
can we
off
turn
the
it?
plate.
Okay, thank God it's not.
Are you guys done?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, so go ahead, turn
we
it off.
just did all.
Are you guys done?
For recreational activities, also clear airways also. I encourage it. I said something else, but yeah. Recreational activities. Sage is used in my tribe. It's like,
Try.
so my dad said, "Did you just pop your glove?" I hate when that happens, especially if you're in the middle of doing something. No, we're done. We're already finished with it.
So what I'll have you guys do is, so all the other groups, so what, that are done, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take the reeds that you've used, you're gonna throw those in the garbage can. You're gonna take the liquid and you're gonna put that in this waste bin here.
Is this liquid dangerous now?
Yes, because it's been contaminated. So you're gonna put it in the halogenated inorganic waste.
Okay.
There is a lid.
You said those steaks are fine in the regular garbage though?
What was that? Yes, they're fine in the regular garbage.
I should work those.
There's no filter. Yeah. What's that?
Imagine having.
Yes. Okay.
Do I put soap in it or not? Oh.
Our drive. We should once they card.
Yes, and it's a soap, I think it's
Whatever, like, we turn the process.
Yep.
So when I was opening it, ACL. It was so much the door for I like this. in my hand.
She actually should be
And try to strike, just a solid,
Just turn them on.
and just take your gloves.
Yeah, I had.
Okay.
Oh, that.
Okay, so everybody got their waist. So if you could do me a favor, make sure that the lid's on tight, not so tight that you break them, but tight enough that they're on there. And if you guys could put your samples over there in that middle tray, right over there.
Dr. Henry, just rinse it with water.
No, I'm so. Don? Yeah, that's not really dying. You don't need a lot.
The one you're putting it on your camera for one, that's it.
And make sure you wash your hands.
I was like,
Okay. Wash your hands. Yeah, right here. That was broken. Okay, so take that one out, leave it up there. I'll take care of it. Thank you. Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
Less. Okay, So you can take your washer burner, you can take all your equipment and put it away. After you clean up your room. Go ahead and pick your, so keep your reach over there. Washer burner goes in there. You don't need your
Well, that was fun. Dr. Henry, do you have access to a dryer for these?
Yes, I do.
If you put ice cubes in the dryer, it'll take out the wrinkles.
Okay. Put ice cubes in the dryer.
With it, yeah, it'll like press them. In case you care.
So, don't forget your beaker here. All your stuff away. All you're gonna need is yourself. Put those over there. Yeah, you're gonna remove all of that. Did you guys wipe this area down? Okay, go ahead, wipe it down. There's a stand there. Wipe this area down.
Here, I got it. Oh, you want to go? Wait, what were we supposed to do with this one?
Hold on. We're gonna use it for this one. So you guys wipe this down?
Okay, so we already, you like to go?
Spray it down. No, you can take black coats off. I know, it'll let you cool off a little.
No, I left his in the coat. Don't put your notebook on this yet. We're doing something else with the little squares. I believe. So
Ooh, the kilo feels soft now.
What is this for?
Are we done with it?
Yes, you're done with that.
Okay.
Oh, I'll put it. I'm in the table. You sure? Yeah.
Okay.
My book.
Yes. Dave, did you guys like that area?
That's brief.
Which flame did you guys like the most?
Yes.
The last one was cool, but I like the one that looked like the Northern Lights.
Yeah. That's what the waste bin over there. Oh. Okay, so you guys are. Okay, so yeah, you gotta write down the table.
Oh. Your goggles. I've seen people do it. They always forget.
We're trying to get line the regular bathroom. So that.
Just like my flyer. I think we're gonna do something with this real quick. He wants us to do it fast so we can leave. Generate as much heat as I do.
So you guess your apartment is like pretty cool all the time.
Yeah.
What do you keep it at?
My boyfriend stays with us sometimes, but part-time.
You guys have anything?
We did when we lived up north, when we came home, I just got used to it. So I came home first. But he's trying to pass out. Scared of what? I lived in the worst place. The last place I lived in, it was also a place where they would rehouse people that just got out of prison or homeless. So it was very dangerous, but the tweakers were so nice. They helped me carry my stuff upstairs. It was like 3 flights of stairs, so it was nice. Yeah, one of them, when I moved, I had so much shit. I didn't want to carry it. And no, I went.
Okay, so what you guys are gonna do, so these are called spectrum tubes. So what they do, they excite the electrons that are in the elements. Each one of these has a different element in it. What you guys are gonna do. Go ahead. Yeah, plug it in. So you gotta plug it in. I'll turn off all the lights just so you
Rapid.
So you guys remember when you held it up to the light, slide, when you held up to the light, you actually saw a continuous rainbow, right? Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor, Simon? Can you actually, on that panel there, that back panel, not that, no, the back one.
Oh, this
The
one.
back one, yeah. Go ahead and hit off. So, what you're gonna do is flip the switch. You're gonna take the spectrum tube, push it in. Yes, that's right.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Sure.
Heart stops beating.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is take the spectrum tube.
That's why they say.
You're not gonna look directly at the light, you're gonna look a little bit to the left. Oh, yeah. Red, green, blue.
It's possible to have a heart attack or-
I got red. Yeah, so you don't get it. I got a timer on mine. Did you guys plug it in? And drop the tube in?
The plague was coughing and sneezing, and it is believed that Pope Gregory suggested saying God bless you in hopes that this prayer would protect him from otherwise certain death. Never mind, I was-
We don't say God bless you.
but now we only say that. Well, you say so. Or-
Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13.
When you sneeze, the intrathoracic pressure in your body momentarily increases the blood flow back to the heart. The heart compensates for this by changing its regular beat momentarily to adjust. However, the electrical activity of the heart does not stop during this. Wow, I've been lied to my whole life. I was misinforming a lot of people.
So your heart doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't. It changes the beat. So my friend takes trials over
Oh my God.
One of those machines.
Do you think she's skinny by the picture?
So the numbers are written on the back of it, so record the number, and then you're gonna identify based upon the pattern that you guys see. Yeah, so these are the different patterns. So you guys have a total of 5 different spectrum tubes to identify. You have 4 that you actually have to identify, and if you get the extra, you get a little extra credit. You have 5 spectrum tubes to identify. You only have to record 4 of them. If you identify that 5th one, then you get extra credit. Did I give you guys a spectrum tube?
You did not. We've been waiting.
So you guys just like singing? You're patiently waiting. So nice.
Most people need instructions. Five spectrum to identify. The 5th. These are the only things for extra credit I can get, because I have to work. No, my job is super easy. It's so fun. I love my job. I haven't got paid yet.
Here you go.
You're the one at the office is 6.
I gave you the best.
This one right here. Is this a battery?
No, it's a tube that holds chemicals. Right, so that's the element. Hang it to work.
Hey, it kind of reminds me of the movies, like with Casper, when they put that thing in there. Remember the little the Tremonium or something weird? Oh, dear God, I've never seen Casper. You've seen Casper, right?
I don't know, maybe.
That's a no.
Oh, yeah,
We have another one. I mean, I have another set.
It's usually work when I plug in my laptop.
Yeah, but the power.
Tried all of them.
Yeah, let's try it. This one has it.
Okay, let me go grab another one.
Yeah. So you can actually take a picture of it. Okay, so if you guys use your diffraction slide, right, you're supposed to identify.
I got it.
Which color.
Oh.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it.
Two. You don't need me. You got it.
Wow, that's pretty. What is it? Colors?
Yeah, you wanna know? Get your own?
What am I supposed to see?
Red.
I think it's supposed to put our lens and take a picture.
When it's on the side, I can see it, but when it's in front of it, I can't see it. Blue, turquoise, red. More like a cobalt, like you said
Last one, red, right? Yeah.
Five spectrum.
There's five.
There's four, but the fifth one is a
By itself.
Wait, did you see what the next one was? Because they'll have them.
Yeah, so it, what you can do, you can just draw where you see the lines. So if you guys look at your fraction sheets, your fraction slides, you guys look at your fraction slides, picture like one.
They'll have numbers. So we did one first. Yeah, we did four. So one is good.
Okay, so.
You guys like travels?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So you see green, so we have five. So what you're gonna identify. So then you just draw the line.
You don't have this. The other one's just like grab or like
Okay.
What the last one we did?
So for this lab, for this part of the lab, there's a part that you have to draw where you see the lines. Did you guys see individual lines?
Yes.
Yes. What color are those lines? Okay, so if you look on your diffraction slide, the slide is something you're using to look at, it has a scale on it. It goes from 300 to 700. 700 is where red is at, 300 is where like you have hot change, purplish.
Do we have to write it from the left and the right perspective?
I'm gonna turn on the lights. Okay, turn on the lights. Okay, so on this slide here, you have a scale. It tells you where the colors are supposed to be at on that scale. You guys see it? So that's the scale. Okay, so your job is to identify, because you have individual lines. So each electron that's being excited is being excited at a different energy. So it's going to have a different wavelength associated with it. So one of your lines is going to be a red. You know, so if you have hydrogen, you're gonna have a red line, and you're gonna have a blue line. So you're gonna see a red, a very defined red, and a very defined blue, right? If you guys take a look on hydrogen, you guys see the hydrogen on that page? Okay. You see two very discrete lines. See a really defined red and a really defined blue. So those are called line spectrums. They are individually excited electrons that are going to be making that spectrum. Okay, you guys understand that?
What are the lines called?
Line spectrums. Line spectrums. So because they make discrete lines. Okay, that means that your energy is being excited to an exactly a specific wavelength. And so that's what we're seeing, that red line. Okay, now that red line, red is around 700 nanometers. If you guys take a look on your slide here, it says 700 nanometers. So then what you would do is there's that little thing that we're filling out. Big kids. Right. Dr. Harry will give you a big kiss when he sees you. Okay, so if we believe it's hydrogen, we should see a line in that 700 mark, around that 700, between 700 and 650. Okay, so I would draw a line there, right? If I saw a line there. And then if I saw that blue line, which is around 450 and 500, between 450 and 500, then I would draw a line there. Okay, if it was hydrogen, right? Because we know that's what hydrogen looks like. You guys have 5 different tubes that you have to identify. They're numbered on the back. This is 4. This is 5. This is 3. And you have 1. Okay.
Thank you.
So you're saying, am I missing a spot? You're saying, based upon their data, they believe that 1 is neon. Okay. So if you take a look at neon, right? You guys take a look at neon. Everybody's taking a look at neon.
Yes.
So neon has a lot of red lines, it has a lot of orange lines, it has a lot of yellow lines, right? So you're looking for, if it is neon, you should expect to see those lines. It's based on lines because every element has a distinct signature because they have different amount of electrons. Okay?
Dr. Henry, I have a question.
Yeah.
When I looked at it on the left, it was one direction, and then when I did it on this side, it changed.
It's a different direction, yes. That's because you're looking at it from a different side. Doesn't matter, because if you look at it, it's still, purple is always going to be towards the 400 mark,
Okay.
and red is always going to be towards the 700 mark. So that's how you're going to orient it. Okay, based upon that.
Thank you.
Oh, so
When you renew our classes.
Yes, one section.
Do not directly. Do not directly.
Do you look at the song? It's like, yeah. It might reflect it back into your eyes.
The hydrogen will like to use the other. Okay, so what you're trying to do is trying to find ways of distinguishing. You know that it's obviously so one of the 6, 7 that are there, right? You have 5. So there's 2 of them that are missing.
Is your brother?
Yes, my brother.
I think it says when the back have the big.
Yes.
It says waste disposal. And have like a number.
Oh, does it take trash?
are all of them.
So you're gonna be able to see if you take a good look, you should be able to see almost all. Sometimes some of them are.
All my
really
cousins, I'm like, no.
because
Every time she brings it to
some of
girlfriend,
them are gonna be a little bit faster than others. I think if you take a look at it, they're clear. distinct pattern.
I'm very nice,
And they're
but
not-
for my cousins, I'm like.
They don't look anything like you.
So they're found.
So you should be able to distinguish.
I'm glad my sister's like.
So because you only answered one, right?
So I'm glad my sister.
That was good.
My honey's sister.
Okay, hit the lights. Come on, it's a party now.
I taught her how to make ice.
Okay, where's my feet?
Max.
Next one.
Yeah.
Actually,
Side jump.
See those divorce photo shoots of them? That's pretty cool.
Matter.
They said the purple was gonna be towards 400. Yeah, because it's like the only one that has like the solid line. I believe it. Next. So do we write? This is the first bar, yeah. The first bar will be oxygen. Do what? Did it shock you?
Oh, my son has like the quick leg. My son has like.
It's hot.
It's hot as hell. Not as hot as talking about. Like, I'm like this, I felt like this. Imagine what it was your thumb. Thumb.
Still the warmth in my hand next to it. Oh, that's cool. It's like a
How'd you do? I was just.
It's important to understand your roots. Science of roots. Chemistry is the roots of the science.
What's your career? What are you trying to do?
Nurse.
Nurse? Trying to get your BSN in nursing?
Right. She's gonna be a great nurse.
I know
She's not a dumbass.
she's smart.
You should be a nurse too. I know you don't want to, but if you can write it out, you should.
I can't write it
The financial compensation and your benefits in the future will be so much better for you. And plus, you won't feel like you're lacking in a relationship because she'll make more money from you.
I think she would, regardless.
People don't say it won't bother them, but I've seen a lot of conflict in marriages. One is
What is your
motherfucker makes more money than right now. It's honestly an asking. I hate it.
What is it?
He's a correctional officer. Me and him met at High Desert State Prison, and now he's at Avenal State Prison. Bless you.
Someone's thinking about it.
He's trying to get on ISC right now, so. For like, investigative services unit, they basically look up. Or like if a family member brings in drugs to the inmates, they'll go investigate them, arrest them.
Because I don't see myself thinking, like, what I really want to do.
I'd much everyone can have a life. Everyone can have a life. I feel like you're more. Yeah, you could just be like on a bike, run over, and I'll just leave.
I'd be in a charge now. But I get what you're saying, like, when, like, you all like to do is quickly to like the scene. Obviously, you're speeding, so maybe it's still out the way. Get to you.
I'm kind of a hypocrite because I got my brother to be a CO, but I feel like being a CO and being a police officer are two totally different things.
But actually, it
I
depends where
respect
you're
both
at.
of them.
It depends where you're at, where you're located. 'Cause I have a friend, I mean, he's not someone that we know. He came and see you and then I just like,
Oh, I wanted to go there. I want to live there. It's in the Bay Area. It's nice.
oh, you got a chance over there?
You have to show respect. Yeah. It's hard to finish out. Especially, no, some people grow up in small towns and they don't try to diversify their mind. They get in a lot of trouble. They think you're smart, but not. There's no everything on the streets you don't. You have to be willing to learn and open your mind to other things. You get yourself in trouble if you're weak-minded. You can be a CEO, but you should be a nurse. And it's more interesting.
Like for now,
Scientific review. I'm afraid you guys, but I wouldn't work in a state hospital. You should work in a prison. Yeah.
it could be a scientific.
All they do is pass out meds to the psych people and access the psychic. They have mental health care.
Why not in hospitals?
They don't pay as good, the benefits aren't as great. So like, it's like taking a prison. You have better retirement, better everything, better pay.
Better pizza.
Papa John's.
Is it my money better, my shoes better, my clothes better? I mean, right now, talk about I get 45 an hour. I wish.
But that's how much you could be making as a psych tech.
I don't know why I asked him which one he was like, I feel like I'm not
That's like asking someone.
So you get paid every month?
Yeah, since my position is a state position now, so I'm like, it's pretty ghetto, but those benefits is what I wanted. It is hot in here.
But I mean, it's pretty good if you
Yeah.
get paid once a month, like, you get it all in bulk.
Correctional officers, nurses, they all get paid as well, but when they do overtime, they get another check in the middle. Which for psych techs, always overtime. Nurses, always
So you
overtime.
don't tell you how much your hourly pay is? How you get paid?
It's like weird. It's like 2 something a month. My CNA money is way more. I have a CNA license. I've been a CNA for like 8 years, but I just did this for the benefits.
Let's say, you make like 22, like 22,000? 22,000?
Not enough, I'm broke. I'm making no money as a CNA.
How much do you get paid?
Okay, so cap out with no COVID pay was 22.50 was the highest I made, and then with COVID pay 34 an hour. So that's why for me it's a pay cut, but it's better in the long run. And plus, it's more motivating for me to finish school. For 3 years, yeah. That's how
How's it going?
Fabulous. How are you? Almost finished. Work in progress. Okay, so we might need another number 3. Our number 3 isn't working. Yeah, our 1 and 2, we're moving on to 4.
Yes, no, this is 3. This is 3, right?
Does it go in a different direction or you do?
1, right? Yeah, but they're right.
I'm doing 3.
I know.
They're all like spread out, but like this one's.
So we skip 3?
You guys is 5 working?
Number one.
21,
Your number 1 doesn't work? So let me borrow your number 5.
Also, if you're gonna do the psychic program, like military.
Yeah. Like one of the classes they make you take for it.
You just write.
Because everything in the hospital is driven by the military
How do you,
Okay, so
wait, how do you catch errors that are made? There's like 8
7 a.m., 7 p.m. or 7 like jobs that are at 8 p.m. And so someone that was due to get their meds at 1900, they just put 7 and they think, oh, 7 whatever. Sorry. Stuff like that. Less errors. That thing.
So how do you do that? How does that
Okay, so it's a 24-hour clock, right? Midnight, 000, or and then 1 a.m. And you keep counting to 12, and then 1 o'clock turns into 13. Or to 5. It's pretty easy. I just changed my phone to it because I wanted to learn it. I think his little sister's starting to learn it because she sees it on my phone all the time.
But the pattern is, that's why I'm saying, so the color knew it.
I think I liked playing with the fire better.
You like playing with the fire better?
Yeah, but it's not as hot, so I guess this is cool.
That's 10 p.m., right? I don't have to learn, so like I'm working. I'm starting it's like just confusing, like when it gets like 22, that's 11, that's 10, oh, it's 22. Oh, no, so that's sorry.
21:30.
So you would be like 2,000.
Right, dork, yeah, sure. Yeah. I did get some neon.
Number 4, we're going to skip number 3.
What'd you go back to? Oxygen. Go back to the picture. Hydrogen. Is this oxygen? No, this is number 1. Number 1. Look at hydrogen.
That's not 5.
No, I didn't.
Oh, isn't it?
Really bright stripe.
Is that a way for 5 6, right?
Because like you see the colors.
Which one is it on right now? 4? This is 5 now?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Let's get 3.
Yeah. Your guys' thing is blurry.
Don't do that.
Do you have another? Do you have another one?
You've identified everything?
Yeah.
Okay, so then all you need to do is you wrote down what you did to be.
That's the bonus one.
And you guys can just back up and go. Just turn it off, put the tubes onto the racks. And then I will see you guys on, we will do some of the calculations.
So the next page.
No, you're gonna do the next page, but those are calculations. So it's dimensional analysis, so you can do part of that already. Yes.
Okay.
And then I will see you guys on Wednesday. This is so pretty.
Yes. Oh, whoops, my bad.
All right.
Sorry. No, that was my
Yes.
Or sitting funny?
So
You just looked at me, how funny
if you guys, let's say for instance, you got 5 points on flat. And then
So that's kind of ridiculous.
or you get credit. I would recommend
This one. Is that, which one's that?
No, I would give you credit. Those 2 days. Don't put it in those 2 days.
Your picture.
Yeah, so that nothing happens, because I haven't had a chance.
So for lab. So for lab.
Yours is really bright. What are you using?
My first
Because
time,
remember.
yes, the significant data.
We
Right?
still submit it or give it.
No, actually, if you guys want help on significant figures, then I need on this. Because I totally forgot about
Yeah, because I didn't know to submit it or not, because I didn't. It did say it was due.
that. It said it was already due.
Yeah.
right?
So I was a little
I'll
scared.
I'll dig it up again, yeah. Because I forgot that I didn't go over it, 'cause-
Dr. Henry,
Yes.
can we get a number 3 or a different number 3? Because I think it's a number
Can you
3.
get another 3?
Yeah.
Ours isn't working.
It's a.
Okay, so you need to, so you need to contact this. You already paid for it, right? But then you need to contact this.
Number 4 had a lot of those.
Live together? You guys know how to cook?
Okay, let me see your light real quick. You said 3, right?
Yes.
Does it matter what way we hold it?
No, you have to hold it to
Do the numbers on the bottom.
No.
So I'm trying to make sure I don't have to.
Yes. Everything. I like that.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, yeah.
I would have just like to have everything paid for you, and all you have to worry about is school. Like you have no bills, no responsibilities. Like school is your job.
Like you have no respect for how anything is done.
Like you wouldn't like learning.
I've met a lot of nurses who never had to work through their school or anything, and they were pushed through because their parents paid for everything. They're shitty nurses.
Yep.
And then some are,
Others, I
there's like
go
the
out
rare
there.
ones that are nice.
Yeah, you know a lot of those ones. They exist.
No, they exist.
So you're done today?
Mm.
There's rare ones that have a really good heart though. Those ones are really
Dude,
good.
Thanks.
I burned myself with the little thing on the inside. So when I get touched, I
Yeah.
pushed it up like that and it caught me
I
right
know
there.
what to do.
No.
I had a nurse, she was a CNA, and she, when I first met her, she went and changed one of my people for me, like in the prison. That she was an inmate that never, ever, like no one likes, and so I went, I was like, thank you so much. So,
Hey, how did it go?
oh, I used to be CNA too. And so like, she appreciates it and stuff like that. She had to work for her father.
Making it better.
People who don't have to start from the bottom. Or people who-
Why do I think every single one of them?
Because they all look the same.
You
Let me see it.
could look. Just skip out of here, Lord.
Guts or guppies?
I said that it's time for us to skip out of here, little guppy. And I was like, yeah, nuts. I didn't lose it.
Or when we took time.
Yeah. I can drop them right now.
People actually, they were certain.
We're just.
I was in the mall, yeah. You guys in the mall, bro?
Yeah.
You have your airdrop on?
It's a free.
Yeah.
That's the one where she got that picture. That was so random.
As long as I don't get any unsolicited pics, I'm good.
Any what?
Unsolicited pics,
Unsolicited.
Check if it's fit.
you know what I'm talking about.
That a fancy word for NUDIES?
It's fancy word for I didn't want it. Like unsolicited news. I would ask for those.
I wonder if you were there.
I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.
I'm very confused.
Like I don't know what I'm looking at.
Very confused.
Child.
Do you have your phone?
What'd you say?
Do you have your phone unlocked?
Oh,
Your airdrop on?
okay, it's unlocked.
Accept.
Thank you.